What's up, y'all? What up, what up, what up? I'm back, man. We got Chris in the chat. What's up, bro? We got some other people coming through the show. I appreciate y'all being here, man. Hit the like on the video on the way in for me. All right, I see y'all. Oh, we already have 4 likes. That's what's up, man. Shout out, shout out. Appreciate that. Okay, so we're gonna make another beat from scratch. But I kind of want to get the drums first. Okay. So I hope you all are having a great day, great evening, great morning, great night, all that type of stuff. All right. Real quick though, drop me some letters in the chat right off the bat. We're gonna get these drum packs, okay? Okay, I got you, Chris. Do your thing, man. I'm gonna be here for a minute. You know, we just getting started. But yeah, drop some letters in the chat, y'all. Don't matter to me what letters y'all put, except for Q, okay? Y'all can put any letter y'all want to except for Q. Because we ain't got no Q. We ain't got no Q. All right? So whichever else one you want to do, go ahead and drop it in the chat. In the meantime, let me go ahead and do the tune. The one I got in mind. Let's find a good plug-in. Maybe OPX4? OPX4, I should say. Let me see something here. Let's see. Okay. Yep. I'm gonna try something here. I'm gonna try something here. Copy this over. Go down here, boom. Put that in there. Same thing right here. All right. I might have a couple variations of the tune, but I have the main tune in mind. But like, I want to add some background stuff. You know what I mean? Yeah, there we go. All right. Now I'm gonna modify this one too. I want to change how it sounds a little bit. Yep. Yeah, I like that. Actually, hold on, let me test it out. I like it better down this way. Okay. Actually, you know what? Let's move this up. Yeah, let's move this up. Hit that like button, y'all. Hit the like button. Okay, never mind. Bring it back down. Yep. Okay. Hold on. Okay. There we go. Yep. There we go. There we go. All right, let's see something real quick. What should we call this? Let's modify it a little bit here. You know what? Excuse me. I'm gonna name the track after the plugin we're using, which is kind of fitting, I think. Yep. Pretty sure we don't have a track named that. Okay, that worked out. All right, let's mess with it. That's what it is. Okay. I kind of like that. I don't know why, but I like that kind of swirly sound, you know? It's kind of a weird sound. This is a very interesting plugin right here. Way different. Yeah, this is different. Okay. That's going to be an interesting track right there, man. That's going to be a hell of a track. All right, let me check something right quick. Go back to my recording and listen to this so I can get the actual main tune that I have in mind. All right, I might bring in the piano for this one. Yeah. Give me a second, y'all. Give me just a second. Don't go nowhere. Okay, I think I got it. Yep. Yeah, something like that. Why it sound like it's coming out of one speaker? Hold on, let me check this. What's the deal, bruh? Okay. Yeah, for whatever reason, this one speaker seems more dominant. Okay. We're good. Yep. Now I just gotta find out how we're gonna fit it in this tune. So let's bring this back, turn this down a little bit, or a lot of bit. Bring this up. Okay. Something like that. So maybe that one part or two might not go over the whole thing. You know what I mean? But I think what I'm gonna do is here, I think we should add it to its own thing. So we'll use the first part of what we already have as a background to like I guess another phase of the track, okay? So I have this tune played, this will be the main tune, and I'll add in like notes to accompany this as well. You see what I'm saying, y'all? Something like that, yeah. I dig it, man, I dig it. What's up, Printer Matt 87? What up, bro? So what brand? It's an Akai. An Akai MPC. Let me add this in by itself actually. Let's see if it fits. something like that. Very interesting track so far. Yep. Yeah, basically. Oh snap, what's up, Aaliyah? What up? Yo. My homegirl, Aaliyah. What's up? I appreciate you so much. Thank you, Aaliyah. Shout out to you. Thank you. How you been, Aaliyah? Yeah, I think we hit 1,000 like 2 nights ago. About 2 nights ago, you know? Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it was a long time coming. It took a long time. It definitely did. You know what I'm saying? A long time. And my bad, printer Matt. My bad, homie. I forgot to read your chat. You said, explain me the square pad, how it's working. You mean these right here? It's like, use these for samples and stuff. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Okay, my bad, y'all. My bad. Let me see. But yeah, printer Matt, that's what it is, man. Like, you can play notes from here, but it's no point really if you have this. You know what I mean? Which is why I got this particular MPC, because the other MPCs only have like this part. They don't have this. You know, and even though I don't know how to play piano, I still like to have the option to play notes. I like it better that way. Aaliyah said, continue with your work. You're doing so great. Thank you, Aaliyah. Hey, same to you. Straight up. Same to you, Aaliyah. And by the way, everybody, check out her channel. If you guys need some type of spiritual guidance, some type of insight, y'all got any questions, go ahead and drop in her channel, man. She goes live at least twice a day, I believe, right? Yeah, so check her out, y'all. Check her out. Matter of fact, I think I still got the link. Let me see. Y'all, here we go. Oh, no longer twice. Too tired. No, I got you. I got you. It is a lot to stream, right? I mean, you know that just as much as I do. It's a lot to stream. It takes a lot out of you, especially for what you do. You know, because you're tapped in. You got to be. You feeling all type of stuff going on. So I can imagine how draining that is. You know what I mean? And with me sitting up here and just be talking all day, and then what you do on top of that too, is that's a lot, man. That's a lot. So I give you mad props, Aaliyah. Big shout out to you. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you for everything that you do and everything you have done. You know what I mean? Big time. Big time, big time. Oh yeah, no problem, most definitely. Any way I could ever help you or anybody else that like shows me love, man, I always love to give back in any kind of way I can. You know what I mean? Yep. I feel like that's a good way that you know the world will be a better place. Obviously, it's not going to happen because not everyone's going to be like that. But for sure, if a person just kind of finds within themselves to just do something kind for somebody else, you know what I mean? Just to do something nice, you'd be surprised how good it makes you feel. You'd be surprised at how like the energy that surrounds you with that. Like even though I don't eat fast food, right? For example, have somebody in line and you pay for the food behind you. You better hope though it's not no big ass bill. You know what I mean? Like, yo, what they order? Oh, they just order like a meal. Okay, yeah, it's like 10, 15 bucks. Okay, pay for it. Now you don't have to do that, but if you do, then trust me, it makes a big difference for them and for you. All right, little stuff like that. But it doesn't even have to be, you know, in the form of money. You could just give somebody a compliment. You know what I mean? There's so many different ways you can show love to people around you, even if they're strangers. You don't even have to know them. You see my point? Because if you spread positivity, then positivity spreads around you. Does that make sense, y'all? Yeah. You said it's too tired, you really can't anymore? No, I feel that. I feel that. And look, I think it also too depends on what you got going on in life. Because earlier today in my stream, I was doing a game stream. I was talking about how like there was one person who comes by the show a lot. You know, I appreciate him, but he was being very opinionated by the fact that I was talking more than I was playing the game. And I said, listen, bro. I said, for one, most of these shows are just to hang out. And the music show is a different thing, but the game streams are definitely like a hangout session, right? Just to kind of get in touch with my community, people in the chat, meet new people and stuff like that. But like, he was like, just play the game, man. I'm like, well, listen, I'm taking time to talk to people in chat, have conversation with everybody because one day it's not gonna be possible, right? As both of our channels keep growing and anybody here on YouTube or whatever content you make, as far as, you know, whether it's TikTok, Twitch, or YouTube, whatever, the goal is always to have a bigger platform, right? So eventually it's going to get to a point where we're not going to be able to sustain interacting with each and every person. It's just unrealistic. So I said, listen, bro, I'm taking time to do this because down the road, it's not going to be a thing. You know, so I'm appreciating the moment for what it is while I have it because one day I'm not going to be able to do it like this. You see my point? So yeah, but some people they have their own unique perspectives, and sometimes their perspectives are, I guess, sometimes based in negativity or selfishness. But yeah, I just had to let them know, man. That's all. Donut Duke, what's up? How am I doing tonight? I'm doing well. How you doing? Appreciate you asking. Yep, Aaliyah. Yep, it's gonna make someone's day. Absolutely. Yep, and you never know. Like you'd be surprised. You might do something kind for somebody, and you don't even know who they are, and they turn out to be, you know, somebody that could, you know, be valuable to you in life. You see my point? Like a stranger that you meet today, maybe you know, a year from now, or 2 years from now, or even some months later, you run into them again, and they remember you and what you did for them. They remember you and what you do, right? And it's you'd be surprised, man. Life is funny like that. That's why I always tell people, no matter who you are and who you're around, always be kind to people. Now, if somebody's being disrespectful to you or they're being an asshole, being rude for no reason, you got two options. You can either tell them about themselves and get into it with them, or you can walk the hell away. Okay? But that's about it. When it comes to strangers, a lot of times there's really no point in engaging. But when you come across people that are just decent, especially if you're able to do something nice and it's not like a huge inconvenience for you, then yeah, it's no big deal. Go ahead and do something nice for somebody, especially if you only do it once in a while, because like I said, you never know who that person might be. Especially imagine somebody that's down on their luck, they're kind of having a hard time in life, because everyone's been there for the most part, I believe. You never know. One day they might, be an owner of a company that you end up doing business with, or you might need a job with, or something like that. You see my point? Let's say as a contractor, and they open up a lawn care business, and they meet you and then give you a discount, or like they hook you up in some kind of way. You own a property, and they start doing something for you in that way, landscaping or something. I know it's kind of an obscure example, but still, just put that in perspective for yourself, okay? Think about it that way. Whole bunch of stuff like that in life, man. Yeah, Donut Duke said, yeah, if someone does that while I'm in here, see what happens. What you mean? You talking about somebody being rude? Aaliyah said, yes, sometimes people come in just to give negative perspectives. Yeah. And I try not to, let this stuff phase me. I try not to trip off it because I've been through a lot in my life. And I have pretty thick skin, you know? Like when I was a kid growing up, man, I went through a whole lot of stuff. For sure. So I think as I've gotten older, what's up, Observer of Truth? I mean, Observer. Yeah, it might be Observer of Truth. Observer of Thoughts. What's up, homie? But yeah, man, as I've gotten older, there's just a lot of shit in life that don't phase me at all. You see my point? A lot of stuff that it does, some things bug me, but after I take some time and think about it and say, well, what the hell can I do about this? If I can do something about it, then I do something about it. If I can't, then I gotta let that shit go, you know? But as far as like trolls and shit like that on the internet, people that come up in here with negativity and just being goofy and silly, a lot of times I don't even trip off it because, I don't know them and they don't know me, you see? So I know not everybody's like that. Different things affect different people in different ways, but yeah, I try not to think about it. I have trolls from time to time. It doesn't happen too often, thankfully. But it does happen because this is the internet, and you never know what the hell you're going to get, right? You never know during these shows, man. And Aaliyah knows that firsthand, she's a live streamer as well. So yeah, she gets it. Okay, I got you. Uh, I got you, yeah. Donut Duke, I got you, man. Aaliyah say, or can I ask if you're doing horizontal or vertical? This is vertical, right here. Streaming directly from the phone, from the mobile stream. Yeah. Now, I did horizontal for a while. Now, when I do the game streams, that's always horizontal, But when I do the music stream, it's always vertical. You see my point? And I think both have their advantages. Like vertical streams, to me, always get the most traffic. Um, but yeah, I like the horizontal view for like other things. You see what I'm saying? But no, the vertical is the way to go, to be honest. Especially nowadays. Aaliyah said, you're strong. Sometimes I broke down at the live. For real? Aaliyah, don't let that shit get to you. Come on, girl. Don't let that shit get to you. Not at all, okay? Because look, I get it. You're a very compassionate person. You have a lot of heart and a lot of positivity. And you care. I can definitely tell that you care about people, about situations that people are going through and everything. And I'm not saying you got to be detached, but like, I think of it from this perspective. As soon as somebody's being negative and goofy with you, just look at it like this. They don't know you. You know what I mean? And they could be going through some type of bullshit that makes them kind of lash out at anybody. And I'm not making an excuse for that because that's ignorant. There's no excuse. But let that compassion spread into all aspects of interactions with people. Like compassionate about, concerns that they have, compassionate to be helpful to them, but also compassionate to people who are being, kind of cruel to you and mean for no reason. You know what I mean? I know it sounds kind of weird, but this is something I had to wrap my mind around as well. Is, you can't let it disturb your spirit. And it's easier said than done. Trust me, I know that for a fact. It's way easier said than done to, and this is to everyone, not just her, but to everybody in the chat, even the ones watching replay, and then especially y'all sitting way in the back, just lurking in the shadows and shit. I see y'all. But no, this is a life lesson for everybody. It's way easier said than done But sometimes you just gotta like say, well, they must be going through something. Cause look, there's times where I'm not even playing a game online, playing like an online match with people and shit, and they be talking crazy, just saying all type of goofy stuff. And I say to them, hey man, you be all right. It's gonna be all right, man. Tomorrow's a new day, okay? You're gonna have a better day tomorrow. Trust me. Whatever you got going on, and sometimes I say it just to fuck with them, but but like in a way I do mean it. You know what I mean? Because that's just life. Today might not be good for anybody. You know what I'm saying? It might be just one of them days. But tomorrow is always going to be a new day, a new opportunity to have a better one. You know, all things are temporary, even the good times, unfortunately. Right? So, yeah, think of it that way. Think of it that way, y'all. Kevin Dickerson, what's up? That's maturity. Thank you, man. Trust me, I had to learn some lessons myself, too. I haven't always been this way, okay? Not always. But I'm in my mid 30s or almost right there in my mid 30s. So I think if I don't know it by now, then I got a lot of work to do, right? If I don't know that by now, I got a whole lot of work to do, especially as a man, right? In the world today. Printer Matt said, since I started to do moderation on like 21 YouTube channels, I've come across so many people saying weird and forbidden things without them to be sorry. So if you need one, I'll be gladly. Oh shit, I can't even talk. I will gladly help you. Thank you, Printer Matt. I'll keep that in consideration, man. Thank you. Most definitely. Aaliyah said, but if you're using vertical, it's not going to get monetized. No, it can. So look, I'm going to give you a quick pointer. So what you want to do, Aaliyah, is, okay, do you have the YouTube Studio app? If you ain't got that, then go ahead and download it. All right? Download the YouTube Studio app, and then you want to go to your channel here on YouTube, right? Then go to the live tab on the mobile app. Then you bring down a little option to edit the video that you're streaming from currently, okay? And then you go into edit, hold on, what does it say? Edit advanced setting in studio, okay? Right there. Hold on. Edit advanced setting in studio. See what I'm saying? And once you do that, it'll bring it up to the app. And then from there, you can, modify whatever settings you want. You could turn the monetization on or off or whatever. Change the thumbnail. All straight from the YouTube Studio app. And it's weird, too, because a lot of these things, even my game streams, they're not monetized right off the bat. A lot of settings you got to change, Yeah. Hold on 1 second. I'll get back to here. Make sure. My bad, y'all. Give me a second. Oh, and by the way, hit the like button for me, y'all. Hit the like button, sub to the channel. All right. Help a brother out, man. We're trying to grow the channel, y'all. Trying to grow the channel. You know what I'm saying? If you want to donate to what I'm doing over here, that's great. I really appreciate it. It means a lot to me, trust me. But none of you have to spend a dime, okay? All I ask you to do, all right? Some of y'all already know, man. Just hit the like on the video and sub to the channel, okay? That's all I really need y'all to do. Like the video, sub to the channel. Like the video, sub to the channel. All right? Give me a second, though. I don't know why my app is kind of acting funny. What is the deal here, dog? Hold on. Hold up. I'm going to catch up with the chat. I know I got some stuff to read, but that's okay. I'm reading fast tonight. Why they change my thumbnail to this? What the hell? This is not the thumbnail I was looking for. I actually wasn't even trying to change the thumbnail. Like, YouTube glitched out on me. Crazy. Okay. Well, that's all right. I can't change it now. That's going to take too damn long. It's going to look like I'm streaming Black Myth Wukong, but I'm not. That's actually kind of funny. People gonna come over here like, well, where's the game at? What the hell? He ain't playing no game. He's making music. Anyway, let me catch up with y'all real quick. Let's see. Chris is back. Welcome back, Chris. Just listen while getting ready for work. I got you. Aaliyah, I think the problem with me is I take in everything regardless good or bad, and it's so difficult for me to brush it off. Yeah, no, trust me. I totally understand that. Like, Aaliyah, I don't know how old you are, but you know, I've been there before for sure. And it's difficult because when you have a lot of compassion and care, and I use that word specifically, when you have compassion for people, empathy, you know, real empathy, and also too, you know, it's not helpful or easy whenever you're sensitive. And I'm definitely a sensitive person, surprised to say. A lot of people don't really think that. I don't come across sensitive, but I do get affected by things, but I have to process it quickly. I have to process my emotions quickly. You know, because if not, I'll sit there stuck feeling some type of way, and it's not good. That's not good for anybody. So, you know, from my perspective, you kind of got to just look at it from and I know it sounds kind of bad, but you got to pity them. Like if people come at you really sideways and they're being stupid as hell, you have to have pity for them. You know what I mean? Because who knows what the hell is making them act that way? Who knows if they got some type of mental thing going on? If it's an emotional thing, could be a combination of the two, right? They could have like a mental complex and emotional issues at the same time, which is a firestorm, you know? But yeah, you just can't let it get to you. You know what I mean? Yeah, just be kind, but be direct and say, hey, listen, I don't know what it is you got going on, but it ain't got nothing to do with me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not changing the way I am. I'm not being no type of way to you. So just show me the same amount of respect that I give you. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much. And that's just to everybody in general. Like if somebody's being crazy towards you, yeah, you know, it'd be kind of easy to blow up on them and snap at them and get with them like that. But it's not going to be helpful. You know what I mean? And I can say that from experience. But yeah, you kind of just gotta be like, well, I don't know what your deal is, but yeah, you ain't gotta be like that. You ain't gotta come at me like that. I didn't do nothing to you, so quit tripping. Cause if not, you know what I mean. At least the good thing with with it being on the internet with a stream, you can just block their ass. And I don't block nobody unless I really, really, really have to. But at least there's that option, right? There is that option. Now, if anything, they'll just be sitting in the back watching, but they won't be able to say or type nothing. You see my point? So they'll just be sitting there mad as hell, just looking goofy. But that's what it gets you. If you want to talk reckless and crazy and be disrespectful, well, I mean, there's a place for people like that, right? They're going to be sitting in the back of the chat for real and not be able to type a damn thing. You know? But yeah, don't let it get to you. Not at all. Pernimat said, do you know Bailey Woodworks? I said he does wood turning. But somebody already said, I want you to lose a finger. Damn. The result, I've give him a minimum of 24 hours timeout, but he hasn't decided to ban him. You know, I get that. But look, you know, I'm going to say something about that real quick. I'm going to try to get back to the music because I know you guys came for that. But I feel like this is a very fitting conversation. When somebody's saying some crazy shit like that in the chat, this is just my belief, you know, because I believe in karma, for real. People that are like that, typing that kind of shit out there, it's being seen. Regardless of whether you believe in God or not, there is a spiritual realm that exists, okay? Some people believe in this, some people believe in that, but in reality, you know, we are human souls, or we are souls in a body, but there is a spirit realm that exists, and karma is 100% real. So, if you kind of put that bullshit out there, it will come back to you in some form. Like, imagine an analogy of somebody standing on a cliffside looking at the view, right? It's a beautiful view. They're trying to see everything. Oh, nice looking out over a field or a valley, right? And somebody behind them is evil or they have bad intentions. They try to run up on them and push them off the edge. Well, that person who is, you know, not that kind of way, let's say they're protected, right? And then for whatever reason, they have something in their mind tell them just to kind of step aside. Well, the idiot that was trying to do them harm is now their ass finna hang off the cliff. They're finna slide right off that bitch. You know what I mean? So it's a very extreme analogy, but I think you guys get what I mean. Like people who have bad intentions for other people and put that negativity out, the person that typed that bullshit, who knows? They might have tripped and fell and broke their finger after that or something. You know what I mean? Because it's one thing to be funny and just make little jokes like ha ha, but some things ain't funny for one, and for two, if you hope for something bad to happen to somebody, then you just stab yourself in the back. Okay, 100%. If you wish bad on anybody, you just stabbed yourself in the back. You just backstabbed yourself. You betrayed yourself. Because what happens there is, you got something coming, straight up. And that's a fact. And the person that you wish bad upon ain't got to do a damn thing. They ain't got to do nothing. Because it ain't about revenge. It's like, well, all right, what goes around comes around. And that's true. That is true. Aaliyah said, I do, but I'm not yet 4,000. What you mean? 4,000 what? He said, I went to do a search and it says that only horizontal lives get monetized, but not for vertical. Really? That's crazy. What the hell? Oh, well. I mean, if not, then it is what it is, It's unfortunate, though. But yeah, thank you, Aaliyah. She said, please like and subscribe. Thank you very much. Do the same with her, y'all. Check out her channel, okay? But catch her when you can, all right? Because she ain't just up there all day for y'all just to kind of play. You got to pop in when you can, okay? Yup. Printer Man said comment, like, and subscribe. Thank you too, bro. I appreciate you, man. It costs nothing and it helps out the channel. Absolutely, it's free. If you guys want to support the show, the easiest way you could do so is by liking the video and subbing to the channel, okay? Hit that button right at the top if you see it. Hit that mug today and get it up out your way, all right? Double tap that screen, if you know what I mean, and hit that button at the top if you see it, all right? I appreciate y'all. Yep. Yeah, he even said it. Printer Matt said, you don't need to do necessarily super chat, exactly, to help the channel, exactly. If you guys donate, that's awesome. It's a great thing. But it's free to like and sub, y'all. It's free. Joe Dirt Butt Hurt. Hey, what's up? Said, okay, he subbed to Aaliyah. There we go. Check you out, bro. Yup. That's what's up. Tom Ed, what's up, Tom Ed? How you been, man? Evan's in the house as well. Evan, welcome back. Thomas said, currently curled up in a sleeping bag in the Walmart I work in. Are you for real? Are you sleeping on the job is what you saying, dog? Or are you saying you got kicked out? Evan said, I'm just come here to say hi after going to bed. Pool day at school. Okay. Well, have a good night, Evan. Thank you for coming by, man. I hope you have a good fun day tomorrow. Yep. Thank you, Aaliyah. Thank you so much. I'm going to go ahead and pin that one. Yeah, thank you. Thomas said, karma reminded my bitch ass landlord evicted me. What? Just because of my religion? Are you serious? Oh, no. See, that's a problem, man. That could be a lawsuit, for real. That could be a lawsuit. He said, one day she just saw me return from the local mosque in traditional clothing. Then she evicted because she thought I might blank something. Oh, yeah. That's wild, bro. That's uncalled for. If I was you, I mean, it's tough to say, but do some research on your phone. Like, look up stuff. Look at what your options are, okay? Because you might not even have to necessarily get a lawyer. You might could just go straight to the court or like file some type of paperwork or something, because that's illegal. If you've been paying your bills, you've been paying your rent and everything on time, and you're not like tearing up the apartment or do nothing crazy, then I mean, to be honest with you though too, you got to look in your lease. Read your lease all the way. See if there's any type of fine print in it to say that she just, cancel the lease at any moment. Because if it's not in the lease, right, if that's not in the agreement that you signed when you moved into that apartment, then she's got a lawsuit, straight up. She screwed herself if she did that shit. But look into it though, Tommy, for real. Like, look into your lease. Let that be the first thing you do. Read your lease from top to bottom, front to back, okay? I know it's tedious and it's boring shit to read, but you have to. Because in this kind of circumstance, that's incredibly messed up and unfair. But you got to make sure that you're protected legally. So read your lease, man. Read the lease and see if there's anything in it that, alludes to the fact that she said that, or something that directly says that she's able to do that. You get what I mean? But yeah, all right, y'all. We gotta get back to it, y'all. Let's get back to it. Yeah, in America it is. To sue for racial discrimination, yep. It's definitely possible. Just trying to get some ideas here. Oh, that's smart, Tom. And yeah, man, you want to make sure your stuff is safe. Make sure your property's put up and everything, you know what I mean? Thank God you got family to, you know, have your back in that way. Straight up. Because some people be like, nah, you can't have your shit here. So at least you got that, man. But no, I'm going to pray for you, Tom, man, for real. Because that's a messed up situation that nobody should have to go through. Yeah, fuck no. But you know what, though? If she was really in the wrong for that, then, hey, then maybe you should pray for her, too, because she might have something coming. Straight up. Pray for her to get some sense about it, man, because some people are just dumb. What's up, Tori? Welcome back, Tori. Excuse me. Welcome back, welcome back. Something like that. Let's get another plug in action. I might not even use this plugin. I might change it. Okay, it's interesting. Let's get some letters in the chat, y'all, so we pick some drum packs, alright? Yeah. Here we go. Instructions in the chat, y'all. Instructions in the chat. Let's get some letters. Go ahead and put some letters in the chat. I'm going to write them down, then we'll pick some drum packs, alright? In the meantime, let me go ahead and make a bass line right quick. Let's see. I'm actually gonna change the sound of the bass. Let's get a different bass sound. Yeah. Different bass line here. Rocking that. All right, where the letters at, y'all? Where them letters at in the chat? Where them letters at in the chat, y'all? Where they at, though? Where they at, though? Aaliyah said, hi, everyone. Thanks for spending time with Oren. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate all of you. She said, do like and subscribe to this channel. Do turn on notifications so you won't miss the next live. Absolutely. 100%. Thank you, Aaliyah. And God bless you, Aaliyah. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Thomas said, bro, the dark ass Walmart feels so cold with the music. You want me to switch up the vibe, Tomid? You're going to make me feel bad, man. You want me to play something else? Something more cheerful? I can do that. I have no problem with it. Matter of fact, let's switch up the vibe a little bit here. For the homie Tomid, man. Everybody, I want everybody in the chat to pray for Tomid real quick. And I mean that, like seriously. Let's say a prayer for Tomid, okay? Yep. I pray that God touches Tomid, man, this time and guides him in the right direction to make the right choices, okay? Lead him out of this darkness, out of this misery, out of this confusion, this place of confusion, and bring him back to a place of peace. In Jesus' name I pray, amen. That's for you, my friend, Tomid. God bless you, man. Yeah, I don't like hearing about stuff like that. That's messed up and whack, you know? I don't like hearing about that kind of shit. It's not good that that kind of stuff be going on, but man, people be going through shit. I've been through all type of stuff, so I get it. I totally get it, man. But Tommy, just stay strong, man, all right? Stay strong, dog. It's gonna be all right, trust me. And think about it this way. If this is the worst life ever gets for you, then then you should be thankful, okay? I'll just say it like that. Okay, Observer Thoughts, thank you, man. ACJ and ACJ for the drum packs. Thank you. I appreciate that. Aaliyah says, so it is, absolutely, yep. And so be it. You know what I mean? Okay, let me get these drums real quick and then we'll switch it up. ACJ. I'm gonna need y'all to put some numbers in chat now, okay? AC and J. So we got that one. Grab that A right quick. Now C's, we got 4 of them. Put a 1, 2, 3, or 4 in the chat, y'all. The first number I see is what I'm picking, okay? The first number I see. The first number. 3. Got you, thank you. A, C, and J. Let's find a J here. We got this. I almost never use this one, but I'll pick that. I'll pick that one. All right, don't worry, y'all. Don't worry if your number didn't get picked, because it's always the first number that pops up, okay? So you got to be quick. If you didn't get picked, you got to be quick, okay? Got to be quick. Now you got another opportunity, another chance. 1, 2, or 3 in the chat now. 1, 2, or 3 in the chat to pick the next drum pack. Damn, boy, Observer thought, man, you got this live stream current. He's like, I'm gonna be the first. I'm gonna be the first, man. On printer mat, you got the letter D for me? Thank you. We can add that in too. Now we got 4 to choose from. 4 different kinds, maybe 2 a piece or something like that, you know? Aaliyah. Yeah, y'all gotta be quick, man. You gotta be quick. Okay, so Observer Thoughts got it again with 2. Appreciate you. You said I need to train my fingers fast. Well, you fast with them in a way, just maybe not with typing, okay? But that's okay. The good thing about it is it shows that you're not on your phone all day, right? And I'm not saying that about anybody who's fast in the chat being quick with it, but you know, some people just have the fast reflexes or their attention span's quicker than others. Some people, you know. But then again, it could also be there's a delay. Some of you guys might have paused the stream or you might have rewound it. You know what I mean? And if you did that, go ahead and hit that jump to live at the bottom of the screen, okay? Hit that. I don't know. Where's that? Right around here. Am I doing the angle right? If you tap the screen one time, it should pop up the timeline and you should see jump to live at the bottom. Because if you're trying to participate, man, you better hit that button. You better hit it. Okay? So next one, y'all. Now we got... You know what? Let's come here. Let's switch it up a little bit. Let's pick some C packs from here. D's, J's, and A's. Okay? Yeah. We're going to do it like that. Interesting. Okay, y'all. Put a 1 or 2 in the chat now. This will determine what kind of drum pack I get. All right? Because we got 2. We got one that's like a sound-based thing, and the other one's like percussion. Ooh, that was quick, boy. I saw both y'all chat pop up at the same time. But Observer got it again, man. He got it again. I'll be dang, man. That's crazy. That's crazy. I saw that shit, but like, bloop, bloop. That's crazy. But you was definitely quicker that time, Malia. That was good. All right, y'all. How about now we got... Hold up. Hold up. Be ready. Be ready. Hold up. Okay, put now another 1 or 2 in the chat. 1 or 2. 1 or 2. God dang, boy. That's crazy. Observer's gonna get it, man. I don't know how he does it. Okay. So since you picked 1, now I need 1, 2, or 3 in the chat. From that. Because we kind of do it in different ways tonight. Wait, let's try it again. Let's try it again, because I'm seeing numbers pop up at different times. I think, not sure if Printer got it that time or Aaliyah. But let's try again. From this moment. I'm gonna put something in the chat. All right? And as soon as you see that, drop the next number, okay? Put either a 1, 2, or 3 in the chat after you see what I type, okay? The next number I see pop up after I type this is what I'm picking. There you go. Let's see who gets it. Let's see who gets it. 1, 2, 3 in the chat. Yeah, Printer's getting it in, man. He's getting it in. Okay, you got that time, Aaliyah. There we go. That one. That works out. All right, let me see how many we got. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's get 2 more. All right, 2 more, y'all. 2 more. Yep. A, C, J, and D. Oh, we haven't even got no D drum packs. I'm tripping. We probably should have reserved the last 2 for those, right? Maybe. Okay. Oh, wow. All right. Damn. Almost every letter is right here that we're choosing from. All right, now we're going to break this down. Put a 1, 2, or 3 in the chat. The next number I see. Yeah, like Aaliyah said, thank you for participating, y'all. It's awesome to have y'all do that. That's what the show is all about. Like I make the music, right? But you guys actually help shape the sound of what I use. You know what I mean? Sometimes it goes from y'all coming up with the titles for the tracks and helping me pick the drum packs and everything. So yeah. Printer Mac got that time, so it's a 2, right? So then in that case, now we need a 1, 2, or 3 from that. All right. Next number I see 1, 2, or 3. After I type this, 3, 2, 1, go. What's up, Sean Dinkins? What's up? I like that you trying to participate as well, man. What's up? What's up? 1, 2, or 3 in the chat, y'all. Matt got it that time. At 2. Got you. Appreciate you. All right. Now we got one more to pick. And this one's going to be simple. Really simple. Oh, actually, hold on. Nah, you know what? We'll keep it simple, man. 1 or 2 in the chat. Simple as that. 1 or 2 in the chat, y'all. I'm doing well, Sean. Thank you for asking, man. Okay, Observer. He was the first one to get a number and the last one to get a number. That's amazing. Capped it off perfectly. Aaliyah came in at close second. Printer Matt right there at the 3rd. But that's okay, man. There's no place here. There's no like first, second, or third, really. You know what I'm saying? You guys are all important to me. Okay? Most definitely. Well, let's double check this. Yep, Observer got 2. That's what we're gonna do. It's a dirty on 85. Okay. Over the drill kit. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go. We got them. Let's lock them in. Real quick, I'm going to do a pause for the calls. All right. Let's get we could try to get the likes of 20. They don't have to be at 20. But let's get a few more likes on the video. Okay, y'all, while these drum packs save in, just double tap that screen, sub to the channel. All right. I'll give y'all a minute to do that. Let's make it happen. All right, y'all. That's what's up, man. Look, we got to 20 likes. I'm amazed. I cannot believe that. Oh, my bad. Yeah, I can't believe that though. That's amazing. Cause we had what, like 16? We had like 20, 21. Shout out to y'all, man. I appreciate y'all. That's what's up. Let's see what you're talking about in the chat though. Aaliyah said this is fun. Actually, everyone participating makes it more fun. Absolutely, man. It definitely makes it fun for me, because I like to engage with y'all like that. You know what I mean? It's one thing to have people come by the show and just watch what you do and give compliments like, oh, that's so cool, or that's interesting, or oh, it sounds nice, which I love to hear that. Don't get me wrong. I'm even open to feedback. If people say, oh, I don't like this track or don't sound good to me, that's cool. You know what I mean? I'm not like, oh, what the hell? You don't like my music? I can't believe this. Like, no, music is very subjective. Some people like certain songs and other people don't like the same exact song. So, it's like beauty is in the eye of the beholder, basically, right? But no, I like to include y'all in the music streams, the game streams. Like, even with those, like, if I'm picking something with a character in the game, like something with the cosmetics, an outfit or like some armor or upgrading the character I'm playing as, right? I'm like, yo, what should we get, y'all? You know what I mean? I'll be taking not really a poll. It's not a poll, but it's more like, who's quickest at the draw. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't even remember how I came up with that. I've been doing this for so long. Been doing that kind of thing for quite a while. But yeah, no, it is fun. I love doing it. You know what I mean? Because it is different whenever you have people actually participate and have influence on what you got going on. It's more interactive rather than somebody just typing in a chat. Because sometimes people be typing in people's live streams. Even me, I've typed in other live streams before when people are like playing the game, I guess, stuff like that, and they don't even be reading the chat half the time. I'll say, "Damn, bruh, well, what's the point of doing a live show if you ain't gonna interact with the chat, right?" But everybody do their own thing. Everybody do a little bit different. Let's see. Sean said, "I just got off the chat with Percy P." Percy P. That sounds familiar. Percy P. Let me see. Percy P. Percy P. Hold on. I knew he was a rapper. Yup. No way. Okay. How you know Percy P, Sean? Are you like related to him or something? Or you worked with him before? That's what's up though. Yeah, Percy P, man. That's crazy. Yeah, they got some music. He got music from back in the day. That's a 90s hip hop artist. Straight up. Yep, we sure did, Aaliyah. We hit 20 likes. We hit 20 likes. I don't know if Tom is still in the chat, but I'm gonna go ahead and play another track. Something that might raise his vibration a little bit here. Okay. This is something I made earlier today, y'all. We made this earlier today. All right. It was actually kind of a surprise track because when I went live earlier, I intended on making something totally different. Just a different tune in general. Something kind of jazzy, I guess. A jazzy type tune in a way. But for whatever reason, as I was making that particular track, I just started like messing around with a plugin. And the way it sounded inspired this particular track right here, okay? So I'm gonna let y'all check it out. Actually, hold on 1 second, y'all. 1 second. Spam up the number 8 in the chat, okay? Type the number 8 and send it. 8, send it. Go ahead and type a whole bunch of 8s, as many as y'all can. Spam up the mates for this track, y'all. Come on. In the chat. Thank y'all, man. Thank y'all. Observer of Thoughts, I got you, bro. You got to roll, man. Well, have a good night, brother. I appreciate you coming by the show, most definitely. It's always good to see you. All right, y'all. Here we go. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. This is inspired from a track I was making earlier today. Just totally impromptu. Had no real plan to do this track, but yeah, we ended up doing that. Check it out.
What's up, Anita? Thank you. Appreciate you.
There we go, man. What's up? How you say your name? Is it Batan? Batan? Have I seen you here before? What up, though? Welcome to the show. Yeah, did y'all dig that track, man? Did y'all like that, though? Was y'all digging that? Was y'all digging that track? I had a lot of fun making that earlier, too. And that was like a spur of the moment, kind of just a random thing to make. But it turned out pretty good in my opinion, you know? Turned out pretty good, pretty good. Let me know if the music's too loud for y'all though. If it's too loud, let me know. If the audio is crazy loud or something like that, let me know, okay? Let's play something else here right quick. Let me think. Because we've been here so long now at this point, hour and a half. That other track that I was working on, we might not even get back to that. Probably not tonight, all right? But either way, man, hit that like button for me and sub to the channel today, okay? Hit them buttons if y'all see it. Hit them buttons if y'all see it. Yeah. Yeah, just like that, okay? Let's see, what else we gonna play? We might as well just play some tracks before we get up out of here, to be honest. And I'm thinking too, I might just go ahead and leave the stream up free for you, for all of you, instead of putting it over to members only. But still, if you want to, you don't have to, but I would if I was you. If you like making music, or if you're interested in making music, or you just want to see how I make my music, then go ahead and become a member to the channel. Link for that is in the chat. There's over 180 videos of a whole bunch of different beats being made from scratch, just like that. That last one y'all heard, yep, that's gonna be over there. That's one we made earlier today. But usually I leave the streams up for about a day or two for you, okay? About a day or two. But this stream in particular, the one that we're doing right now live, this one will be free to the public. You know, what's the word, in perpetuity? Yeah. It'd be my gift for y'all, because I think we had like a good discussion earlier. A lot of life lessons, a lot of, you know, just words of wisdom that I wanted to part, you know, to give y'all basically. So yeah, we'll make it a public video. Let's go ahead and play some of this. I haven't played this in a while with a different speaker setup, so yeah. This will be nice. Y'all ready, man? Y'all ready for this track? Let's get the mates in the chat, man. If y'all want to hear this next track, spam with the number 8 in the chat, all right? If you want to hear this next track, type the number 8, send it. 8, send it. 8, send it, all right? That's good, y'all. Yes, sir. That's a heavy bass. up, Caleb? What up, dog? It's all good, bro. Good to see you back at the show. All it means young blood and Filipino. I got you, bro. I got you. Batang do go. Okay. I got you, homie. Yeah. It's the first time here, digging 100%. In real life, name's Michael Young. Nice to meet you. Hey, nice to meet you too, man. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, bro. Cool, man. Cool. Okay, let's play another track for y'all, man. I'm in a good mood tonight. So let me go ahead and play this one right here. Oop, we gotta spell it right first. Make sure we spell it right. You know what I'm saying? Here we go. Let it load. Come on. There's over 1,000 some tracks on this machine, y'all. So, you know, it takes a second. Over 1,000 made over the last, maybe what? 14 months, 15 months, something like that. Yeah. Let's see. Caleb, you said, are you going to be doing something for Halloween? I mean, probably this, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? I don't really plan on, like, going out necessarily. Not that there's anything wrong with it, in my opinion. You know, if you want to go out and have fun, whether you are a young person, you know, if you're a kid or an adult, and you want to dress up for Halloween, you want to go out to the parties, whatever, trick or treat, anything like that. Whatever you do on Halloween night, it's up to you, right? But for me, I'm going to be here. So if y'all, you know, ain't got nothing to do, and you ain't trying to leave the house or, you know, do all that stuff too, then yeah, come on back and see me that night. Matter of fact, I'm either going to be doing music and or the game stream. And if I do the game stream, more than likely I'll be doing, well, I'll try to make it special. I'll put it that way, okay? Because I did do something last year for Halloween. I did like a whole week of games, like zombie-themed games, stuff like that, leading up to the, you know, Halloween night. And then on Halloween night, I was on camera in VR. Yep, I was playing Resident Evil Village in VR on camera. And y'all can see my reactions, man. I was jumping and shit all over the place, man. That game was crazy. in VR especially. Can you imagine that? Like you know, you facing this way and you got people in front of you and you fighting them, and the next you know you getting hit, you know, from the side. You turn around like, whoa, what the hell? Somebody coming up behind you and you know, experiencing that, man. It was crazy. That was a hell of an experience for real. It sure was, man. But yeah, what you got planned for Halloween, Caleb? Yo, what's up, Trent? Hey, Trent, how you been, man? What's up? What's up, dog? Oh, things going good, man. Okay, Caleb, I got you, bro. I got you. Yep. You said I'm gonna try to see those games. I mean, try it at your own risk. If you want to play Resident Evil Village in VR, be warned. It's rough. It's rough. It'll have you nervous. Like not nervous to the point where you can't get to sleep, but like in the moment while you playing that game, you're gonna be on the edge of your seat. You feel me? For real. Cause it's very visceral. It's a very visceral experience. Cause like you in it. You're surrounded everywhere you look, you surrounded. You know what I mean? Straight up. But anyway, let's play this next track, y'all. Next track. Good to see you, Trent. Good to see you, man. How are you? Okay, you gonna watch your cousins trick or treat? That's what's up, man. Have their back. You know what I'm saying? Watch over and protect them. All right, y'all. Y'all ready for this one? This one's good. I like this track right here. Hopefully you guys do too. Hopefully you guys do too. You guys and gals, I hope you enjoy this track, all right? Real quick though, go ahead and double tap while we play the track. Double tap the screen. Sub to the channel, all right? Hit that button at the top if you know what I mean, all right? Hopefully you don't know what I mean. Hopefully that button's already gone and you ain't gotta hit it again. You be like, what's he talking about? I don't see nothing up here. If you don't see nothing right here, that's good. If you don't see no subscribe button, that's a good thing. That means you already hit it, okay? Here we go, y'all. Here we go, here we go. And thank you, Caleb. Oh yeah, this one's a banger, man. This one's a banger for sure. Thank you, though. I appreciate you saying that. Okay, Trent, I got you. Been spending time with the family. That's what's up, man. That's important. You know what I mean? Yeah, definitely good to see you here. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's right, man. What's up, Dakota? Got Chris back in the chat. Yeah. All right, Caleb, have a good one, man. I'm glad to hear that. He said I made his night. That's what's up, dog. I love that. Thank you so much. There we go, man. There we go. There we go. Let's see. He says people type in, can't see their messages. Try to reload the either come out the stream and come back in, right? Leave the stream and then come back in, or restart your YouTube app if you watch me on the phone. It could have something to do with that, you know. It could be. It could be. All right, y'all. Let's see. Let's play some other tracks before we get up out of here. Because I could have left it off on that note, but you know what I mean? I'm having fun tonight, so I want to play some other stuff for y'all. Matter of fact, no, I'm going to save that one for last. We'll save it for last. Let's go ahead and play some of this one. All right, we'll play some of this one real quick. Hit that like button for me, y'all. Hit the like button, sub to the channel, okay? Subscribe today, y'all. As I always say, subscribe today, okay? I appreciate y'all, man. It's an amazing night, you know? I really appreciate y'all being here. It's an amazing night. When I have nights like this, I usually tend to stream a little bit longer. You know, we've been here for almost 2 hours. Yeah. We might go well past that, to be honest. All right, y'all, here we go. Next track of the show. Let's get it. It's a free show for y'all today, too, man. You ain't got to sign to become a member for this one. It's my gift to y'all. Especially because that message earlier in the stream. You know what I mean? Here we go. Oh yeah, most definitely, Dakota. If you're tired, man, you know what I'm saying, go ahead and get your rest. If you want to hang out in the back of the chat, it's all good. I appreciate you. What's up, Bear Roots? What's up? There we go, man. There we go with that one. Little jam session with that. All right, Dakota, have a good night, man. Thank you for coming by. I'll see you next time. I will see you next time. Let's go ahead and play some of this. Yeah, I got a couple tracks I'm going to play for y'all tonight. Yup. Let's see. Let's go ahead and play some of this one, actually. I like this track a lot, the one I'm finna play for y'all, okay? Now, here in a second, I'm going to give me some more tea. You know what I'm saying? Get the energy up so we can keep it going. Yup. Hit that like button, y'all. Hit the like button. Next track. Here we go. Y'all dig that track? Y'all want some more, man? Y'all want some more? I got y'all. I got y'all. We can play some of this. But give me a second though. All right, give me a second. I'm gonna get me some. Actually, you know what? Let me play something for y'all. That way you ain't just sitting there waiting. You know what I mean? I don't want y'all just sitting there waiting. I get my tea right quick. All right. Gotta make sure the water's hot. I think it is. I think so. I think we're good. But just in case, I'll play y'all some of this. All right, instead of just leaving y'all in silence. But yeah, go ahead and hit that like button for me, y'all. Let's get the likes up. We've been stuck around 23 likes for Hellas. Yeah, let's try to get that. Let's try to get as close as possible to 30, okay? As close as possible to 30. Matter of fact, my nose is getting stopped up a little bit. Let me go ahead and like mess around with this track real quick. Just for fun. All right? Just for fun. For now, then I'll play the actual track after that, all right? I made this song for my son about a year ago, y'all. song, y'all. Now, this is the track. That was a little DJ session. Here's the track right here. There y'all go. Be right back. That like button, y'all. Double tap, double tap. Come on. Cool, man. Cool, cool, cool. Did y'all dig that? Did y'all dig that track, man? Was y'all digging that? What y'all think? Let's see. Everybody in the chat sleep tonight, huh? All right, let me see here. Let's go ahead and play. Now that we got that out the way. Got my tea and everything. Okay, we're good. How about... let's play some of this one right here. Yeah. It's a joyous track, you know, hence the name, Joy. I got maybe a few more for y'all though before we go, all right? But just do me a favor though and hit the like on the video. I see y'all in the chat sitting way in the back. I see y'all. If you want to sit back in the chat and not type nothing, that's all right. You ain't got to type. It's all right. But just hit that like and hit that sub button at the top, okay? Hit that mug today, y'all. Let's get it. Let's get it. Yes, sir. There we go, dog. There we go. What y'all think of that one, man? Y'all enjoying the show? Y'all having fun? I know I am, most definitely. It's been a great night. I gotta say, it's been an awesome night, man. I appreciate y'all being here. Straight up. Okay, next track. Let's move it along. Next song, man. Next song. Let's move it along to the next song. All right. All right, y'all. Go ahead and hit the like. Don't forget to hit the like. Hit that like button. We've been here for 157 minutes. What is that, like 2.5 hours? Yeah, a little over 2.5 hours. That's not bad. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. All right, y'all ready for this next track? Y'all ready? Double tap, y'all. Don't forget to double tap. Come on. Gotta be reminding folks sometimes. Here we go. Let's get it. Cool, man. Cool, cool, cool. Some fun tracks tonight, you know what I mean? I think I'm picking some decent ones. Some decent tracks for y'all. Let's see. Let's play some of this one. I think I remember this one was, it sounded okay, maybe. We'll have to see, though. We'll have to see. Oh, I got stretch. Been sitting for too long. Okay. How's everybody doing tonight in the chat? I see y'all. We still got people coming in and out. What time is it? Okay, it ain't so late at night, not yet. Not yet, not yet. But yeah, y'all hit the like button, man. We're gonna remind folks after every song, because we got to. We got to. Because people, you know, just got here, and some people are on their way out. They say, well, the song's over, so that's it. But the show ain't, though. So here we go. Let's get it, y'all. Yes, sir. What's up, Gypsy Mom? What up, what up? Welcome to the show. Cool, man. Cool, cool, cool. Yeah. Not bad, not bad. Let's keep it moving, y'all. I'm trying to remember which track was which. There's something around this time when I made that particular track. It might be this one. If not, you know, I got another one. Got another one lined up for y'all. Gypsy Mom come up in the chat and then retract the message. Look at that. What in the world? All they said was hi, and then they just said bye, I guess. I guess. All right. Y'all ready, man? Is y'all ready? We about to wrap up the show very soon, but for now, we're going to keep it going, all right? Next track. Next track. Oh, you know what? I remember this one. I'll play like a minute of it. We're at the time of the show, I guess, now where we're just playing random stuff. You know what I mean? This is definitely an unfinished track right here. Yeah. Yeah, just something I made. That was back in, when was that? No, it couldn't have been August. Ain't no way it was in August. Maybe I went back to it, messed with it a little bit. I think maybe. August, though? I made that in August? It feels like I made it before that, really. Okay, well, I guess I did. I guess I did. Anyway, let's go ahead and play some of this one. I'm just gonna play some tracks I haven't played in a while, just kind of see what they sound like. Some of them might sound alright, some of them might not sound. This is so good, but we'll see. Because out of 1,000-something tracks on the MPC, man, definitely a lot of them are unfinished. Some of them are just like random things I threw together, practice. Because even the way I look at it is this: if there's a track that I made that's not good, in my opinion, then I just chalk it up to, a learning experience. Like, just practice pretty much. So yeah, let's see what this one sound like. Hit that like, y'all. Hit that like button. We're loud bass. cool. Okay, interesting. I actually remember making that. I just don't remember how it sounded. You know what I mean? I like it though. I like it. It's not so bad. It is not so bad, dog. Not so bad. All right, let me see. There's some other tracks I kind of want to personally hear, but it is getting a little bit late, so maybe we got a few more for y'all, okay? Because believe it or not, you know, I'm sure some of y'all probably be like, yeah, that makes sense, but yeah. Uh, a lot of the tracks that I made on the MPC, man, some of them, like when I listen back to them, I'm like, oh, I'm having fun with this. Just because of how it sounds, you know what I mean? It's a nice experience, especially when you make something yourself. Because we probably have people in the chat that make music or rap or sing or anything like that. But yeah, when you make your own music and you hear it and you know, it's different. It's a different experience. It's kind of hard to explain, but if you know, you know. You know what I'm saying? On with the show, y'all. Let's get it. Yup. Yup, this is it. right, y'all, I'm gonna play one more track before we get up out of here, all right? One last track. Let's try to get the stream to 30 likes. Okay, we got 4 likes to get there, all right? And there's 4 people in the chat. I'm sure some of y'all probably, maybe at least one of y'all have been here for most of the time. Some of y'all probably just dropped in, okay? So go ahead and hit the like, sub today, y'all. Double tap that screen for me, all right? I really appreciate it. It's the easiest way to support the show. You know, you can donate. You can always do that, of course. And it's great if you do that. But you don't have to, okay? You don't have to donate. I do a free show for y'all pretty much every single day. All I ask is that you like the video and subscribe today, okay? Thank you very much for those of you who have done so. But yep, last trackless show, y'all. Last trackless show, man. Here we go. Let's get it. Haven't played this one in a long time, man. Y'all in for a treat tonight. Yes, sir. Maverick. What up? What up? And there we go, y'all. There we go. There we go. And on that note, it is time to go. Time to end the show. But do me one last favor, though, and hit the like button on the way out for me. All right? Hit the like on the video. On the way out, sub to the channel as well. If you haven't already, hit that button at the top if you see it, okay? Now, you guys will be able to watch the replay at any point in time, whenever you want to, because it's a free show for you, for all of you. All right? Totally free. This show will not be going to members only. Put this out there as a gift for all of y'all. You know what I'm saying? Feel like it was a good show and had a good message at the beginning, too, you know? What's up, Nick Warrant? You said 25 years ago you had a Yamaha DJX? Okay, that's what's up, man. What happened to it? You sold it? If you're still interested in making music, I'd say, you know, get you another one or get something like it for real. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Martinez? What's up, dog? How y'all doing tonight? Y'all done came right at the last minute, too. And look at that. We got my birthday number in the chat. That's crazy. Well, that's symbolic to me. Well, I'll be. But yeah, y'all, I'll be back. Speaking of I'll be back. All right? I'll be sure type shit. I'll be back, though, y'all, tomorrow, more than likely. Hopefully. You know, we'll see how the day goes. But, yeah, once again, hit the like on the video. All right, we was trying to get to 30 likes. Looks like we didn't quite make it, but that's all right, man. There'll be another time, all right? But still, hit the like button, whether you just got here, whether you've been here. You can watch the replay as much as you want to, but definitely consider becoming a member to the channel because, you know, there's over 180 videos, almost 190 at this point, where I make a whole bunch of different beats from scratch, just like that. That last one y'all heard, yeah. And with 180, 190 videos, it's well over 200 tracks to pick and choose from and look at and see how I put it together. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, link for that is in the chat. Sub to the channel, all that. All right. Let's see. Nick said that reminds me of one, but technology only gets better. That's true. That's true. You can get one of these too. You know what I mean? An MPC Key 37. I mean, I'm not sponsored by Kai. I don't work for them. Nothing like that. I don't know why I'm not sponsored by them, but maybe hopefully one day, right? We'll see. But yeah, Nick, if you're interested in anything like that, man, I just encourage you and anybody else that wants to make music, go ahead and grab you some piece of gear, or, you know, if you have a computer or laptop, you know what I'm saying, get you some software or whatever and get to jamming. You see what I'm saying? But yeah, like I said, I'll be back tomorrow, y'all, more than likely, with a game stream and or music stream. Probably both, more than likely. But whether I see y'all back here later or not, as always, I hope you all have a great rest of your morning, your noon, or your night. All right? All right, all right. What's up, BB, or was it BDJ? BDJ, I remember you from yesterday, right? What's up, man? Welcome back. Came right at the last second. Look at that. But that's okay. Y'all can watch a replay. Normally, whenever I make a beat from scratch, they go over to members only, but we didn't do a whole lot of that on this stream. We mostly played a lot of tracks. So yeah, we had a good conversation at the beginning too. So if y'all want to see what that was about, go ahead and watch the replay at the beginning half of the show, you know. But once again, whether I see y'all back here later or not, oh yeah, hit the like button, sub to the channel. But I appreciate all of you who have done so for the show. But whether I see y'all back here tomorrow or not, I hope you all have a great rest of your day, okay? Whatever time it is, wherever y'all may be around the world. I appreciate all y'all once again. And until next time, y'all, peace out.